Marcus Chun hasn't slept in 37 hours. Not because he doesn't want to. Because in San Quentin State Prison, sleep is a luxury you earn. And he lost that privilege the moment he stepped into Cell Block North. The fluorescent lights flicker on at 4:30 a.m. sharp. They always do. The same mechanical buzz. The same cold concrete. The same 180 square feet that 47,000 inmates before him have occupied. But Marcus doesn't know what the veterans know. He doesn't understand that it's not the guards that break you here. It's not the violence. It's not even the isolation. It's the routine. The exact same routine. Every single day. For years. Sometimes decades. And in exactly 48 hours, Marcus will understand why San Quentin has one of the highest psychological breakdown rates in the California prison system. He'll understand why men who survive gang wars on the outside crumble within these walls. The clock reads 4:31 a.m. 47 hours and 29 minutes remain. If you want to see how this routine destroys him, subscribe now and don't miss what happens next. Hit that bell icon because this story gets darker than you think. Marcus jerks awake to the sound of 800 cell doors opening at once. The mechanical grinding echoes through the 5-tier block like a giant metal beast yawning. He's been here 3 days, but this is his first morning in general population. His cellmate, a 19-year veteran named Raymond, doesn't even open his eyes. 4:30, Raymond mutters. Every day, 4:30. Get used to it. Marcus swings his legs off the thin mattress. The concrete floor is ice cold, even in California summer. He learned yesterday that San Quentin sits on the San Francisco Bay, and the moisture seeps through everything. Walls, floors, bones. Count time, Raymond says, finally sitting up. Stand at your door. Don't lean. Don't sit. Don't talk. Just stand. Through the cell bars, Marcus watches 2 correctional officers begin their walk down the tier. They're counting. Every inmate. Every cell. They do this 4 times a day, Raymond told him. Every single day. For some men, for 30 years. Marcus does the math in his head. 4 counts daily. 365 days yearly. That's 1,460 count times per year. If you serve 10 years, you'll stand for count 14,600 times. The officer reaches their cell. 2, he says, marking his clipboard. The routine has begun. At 5:15 a.m., the tier empties. 400 men file down the metal stairs in perfect single file. No talking. No deviation. The line moves like a blue serpent through corridors that haven't changed since 1852. Marcus shuffles forward, his state-issued slip-on shoes scuffing the polished concrete. The man in front of him has been doing this walk for 11 years. The man behind him, 6 years. Everyone knows exactly where to step, exactly when to turn. The cafeteria smells like industrial disinfectant and overcooked eggs. It always smells like this, Raymond whispered earlier. Every morning. Same smell. Same eggs. Same mystery meat. Marcus grabs a tray. An inmate in kitchen whites slops eggs onto his tray without looking up. Another adds 2 slices of white bread. Another, a small carton of milk. The whole process takes 11 seconds. Marcus counted. He follows Raymond to a table in the back corner. Same table every day, Raymond explains. Sitting in the exact same spot he's apparently sat in for 19 years. You don't take someone else's spot. Ever. Marcus sits. He has exactly 17 minutes to eat. At 5:45 a.m., the whistle blows and everyone stands simultaneously, dumps their trays in the exact same motion, and files back out. 17 minutes. Every day. For years. Marcus feels something tighten in his chest, but doesn't know what it is yet. By 6:30 a.m., Marcus is standing in the prison laundry facility. The heat is suffocating. Industrial dryers running constantly, steam rising from massive washers. The noise is deafening. His assignment, fold white towels. Stack them in piles of 50. Repeat. How long is my shift? Marcus asks the supervisor, an older inmate named Torres. Until 2:30 p.m., Torres says. Every day except Sunday. Every day. Torres doesn't smile. Every day. Marcus picks up his first towel. It's rough, worn thin from thousands of washes. He folds it the way Torres demonstrated. He places it on a stack. He picks up another. By 8 a.m., Marcus has folded 237 towels. His back aches. His hands are raw from the rough fabric. He looks at the clock. 6.5 hours remain. Torres, folding beside him, works with mechanical precision. No wasted movement. No variation. He's folded approximately 4.7 million towels in his 15 years here, Marcus calculates. You start counting them too, Torres says, reading his mind. Everyone does. That's when you know the routine's getting in. At 10 a.m., the yard opens. For 2 precious hours, inmates have freedom. A 200-yard square of concrete surrounded by gun towers and triple-layer razor wire fencing. Marcus steps into the California sun and immediately notices the patterns. Different groups occupy different sections. The weightlifting area in the northeast corner. The basketball court in the center. The walking track along the perimeter. The chess tables near the south wall. Everyone knows where they belong. You walk, Raymond instructs, already heading toward the track. We walk 50 laps. Every yard time. Keeps you sane. Marcus follows. The track is exactly 0.1 miles around. 50 laps equals 5 miles. Raymond does this 6 days a week. That's 30 miles weekly. 1,560 miles yearly. On their third lap, Marcus notices an older man sitting on the same bench, feeding the same pigeons, making the same cooing sounds. That's Wilson, Raymond says. Been doing that for 23 years. Same bench. Same time. Those might even be the same pigeons' great-great-grandchildren. On lap 17, Marcus sees 2 men playing chess. They're not talking, just moving pieces with the familiarity of a game they've played thousands of times before. On lap 31, the routine starts feeling comfortable. Marcus knows when to step left to avoid the basketball court traffic. Knows when to nod at the guard in Tower 3. Knows that the sun will hit his face at exactly lap 38. By lap 50, he understands why Raymond needs this. The routine within the routine. The controllable pattern in an uncontrollable life. 11:45 a.m. The whistle blows. Yard time ends. Marcus files back inside with the others. Down the same corridor. Past the same checkpoint. Into the same cafeteria. Same line. Same industrial smell. The man in kitchen white slops something onto his tray. Marcus can't identify it, but it doesn't matter. It's Wednesday, Raymond told him. Wednesday is always this. Thursday will be something else. But next Wednesday will be this again. Same table. Same seat. Same 17 minutes. Marcus eats without tasting. Across from him, Raymond chews with the same rhythm he probably has for 19 years. 23 chews per bite. Marcus counted without meaning to. The man to his left hasn't spoken in 6 years, Raymond mentioned earlier. Just eats. Same table. Same silence. He has 14 more years. At 12:02 p.m., the whistle blows. Everyone stands. Trays dumped. Single file out. Marcus realizes he's already anticipating the whistle before it blows. 8 hours in, and his body is learning the rhythm. 12:30 p.m. Back in the laundry. Back to the towels. Marcus picks up towel number 638. Folds it. Stack. Pick up number 639. The afternoon shift is always hardest, Torres mentioned. Your mind starts wandering. That's dangerous in prison. Wandering minds remember things. Remember people. Remember the outside. Stay in the present, Torres advised. Just fold. Just count. Don't think past the next towel. Marcus tries. Towel 640. 641. 642. But his mind drifts anyway. He thinks about his daughter. She's 7 now. When he gets out in 12 years, she'll be 19. He's missing her childhood. Her first day of school. Her first bike ride. Her first. Stop, Torres says sharply, not looking up from his own folding. I can see it on your face. You're thinking about outside. That's how you break. Marcus forces his eyes back to the towel in his hands. Number 658. The routine is protection, Torres continues, his voice softer now. You think it's a prison, but it's armor. Men who fight the routine, they're the ones who end up in the SHU. The ones who accept it, they survive. Towel 659. 660. 661. By 2:30 p.m., Marcus has folded 1,247 towels. Tomorrow he'll fold approximately the same number. And the next day. And the next. 2:45 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. is designated free time. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Marcus sits on his bunk. Raymond is writing a letter to his sister, something he does every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Has for 19 years. She stopped writing back after year 7, but Raymond keeps writing. What do you do during free time? Marcus asks. Raymond doesn't look up from his letter. This. Every day. 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., I write. 4 p.m. to 4:30, I read the same book. The same book. I've read The Count of Monte Cristo 104 times. I know every word. But that's the point. No surprises. No disruptions. Just Edmond Dantes escaping from Chateau d'If over and over. Marcus looks around the tier. In the cell across, an inmate does push-ups. The same number he does every day at this time. Raymond told him earlier. Exactly 200. No more, no less. 2 cells down, a man sits perfectly still, staring at the wall. Raymond said he's been doing that every free time for 8 years. Just sitting, staring, finding something in the routine that keeps him from screaming. Marcus lies back on his bunk and stares at the ceiling. He counts the cracks in the concrete. 17. Tomorrow there will still be 17. In 10 years, there will still be 17. Something about that thought is both terrifying and comforting. At 4:15 p.m., Raymond closes his book and looks at Marcus directly for the first time all day. You're wondering how we do it, Raymond says. It's not a question. Marcus sits up. Yeah. The routine doesn't break you, Raymond explains, his voice carrying the weight of nearly 2 decades inside. The routine saves you. You think freedom is being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. But in here, that kind of freedom makes you insane. Too many choices. Too many moments to remember what you've lost. He gestures around the cell. This routine, it's not punishment. It's structure. Your mind needs structure. 4:30 wake up means you don't lie awake all night dreading morning. Same breakfast means you don't waste mental energy deciding what to eat. Same work means your hands stay busy while your mind stays quiet. Marcus processes this. So you're saying the routine is mercy? I'm saying the routine is survival, Raymond corrects. Men who fight it, who try to maintain their outside personality, their outside schedule, they last maybe 2 years before they crack. The ones who surrender to it, who let the rhythm carry them, they can do decades. He picks up his book again. Edmond Dantes was in prison for 14 years. He survived by routine. Every day, digging his tunnel, learning from Abbe Faria, exercising at the same times. The routine gave him purpose, made the time bearable. Raymond's eyes meet Marcus's again. You have 12 years. You can fight every day for 12 years and destroy yourself. Or you can surrender to the rhythm and let it carry you through. Outside, a whistle blows. 4:30 p.m. Dinner count. Both men stand automatically. Drop a comment. Do you think Marcus will surrender to the routine or fight it? What would you do in his situation? Let me know below. The dinner march is quieter than breakfast. Everyone's tired. 12 hours into the day. Faces show the wear. Marcus gets his tray. Same motions. Same 11-second process. Different food. It's Wednesday, so it's the pasta dish, but same routine. Same table. Same seat. Raymond to his right, silent man to his left. But something's different now. Marcus doesn't fight it. He chooses food. Watches the clock. Knows the whistle will blow at 5:34 p.m., exactly 17 minutes from now. He finds himself counting his chews. 17 per bite. Then 20. Settles on 19, a compromise between Raymond's 23 and his own impatience. The man to his left notices. Makes eye contact for the first time in 3 days. The slightest nod. Recognition. Marcus is learning. At 5:34 p.m., the whistle blows. Marcus stands with everyone else, dumps his tray in the exact motion he's now seen done thousands of times in 3 days. The routine is becoming muscle memory. 6 p.m. Evening yard opens. The energy is different than morning. Slower, more contemplative. Marcus follows Raymond to the track. They walk. Lap 1. Lap 2. Marcus doesn't need to be told the routine anymore. 50 laps. He knows. On lap 8, they pass Wilson on his bench. No pigeons now, they've gone to roost, but Wilson sits anyway. Same bench. Same time. Wilson's doing life, Raymond says quietly. Been here 23 years. He used to fight it. First 5 years, he'd lose it every few months. Screaming. Fighting guards. Solitary confinement. Each time, it broke him more. Lap 12. What changed? He found his bench. Found his pigeons. Found his routine. Now he's the most peaceful man here. Lap 23. Marcus's feet ache. But the rhythm is soothing. Left foot. Right foot. Breathe. Repeat. Lap 31. The sun is setting over the bay. Marcus can see it between the gun towers. It's beautiful. Tomorrow it will set at approximately the same time, in approximately the same spot. Next Wednesday, the same. Lap 45. Marcus realizes he's not thinking anymore. Just walking. Just breathing. Just being. Lap 50. Raymond stops at the exact spot they started. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day, he says. Your body will crave this walk. Trust me. Marcus believes him. 7:15 p.m. Phone privileges. Marcus has 15 minutes, once per week, every Wednesday. He picks up the heavy receiver and dials his daughter's number. His ex-wife answers. Hi, Daddy. His daughter's voice pierces through the routine like a knife. Marcus's carefully constructed armor cracks. Hey, baby. How was school? Good. I got an A on my spelling test. And Tommy said he likes me, but I think he's weird and... She talks about her life. A life Marcus isn't part of. A life that doesn't run on routine. A life where every day is different, full of surprises and choices and freedom. It hurts. God, it hurts. Daddy? Are you still there? Yeah, baby. I'm here. I'm so proud of you. When are you coming home? 12 years. 4,380 days. 17,520 count times. 4,380 breakfast marches. 87,600 laps around the yard. Soon, baby. Soon. The automated voice interrupts. You have 1 minute remaining. His daughter keeps talking, rushing now, trying to fit her whole week into 60 seconds. Marcus listens, memorizing her voice, knowing he won't hear it again for 7 days. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, baby. So much. Click. The line goes dead. Marcus stands there, receiver in hand, the dial tone buzzing. Around him, other men are having their own 15-minute glimpses of the outside world. Some are crying. Some are staring blankly. All are bleeding. This is the crack in the routine. The wound that never heals. Raymond appears at his shoulder. Come on. Evening count in 10 minutes. The routine calls them back. 8 p.m. Third count of the day. Marcus stands at his cell door. Doesn't lean. Doesn't sit. Doesn't talk. The officer walks the tier. 2, he says at their cell. But Marcus is still thinking about his daughter's voice. Still feeling the ache of that 15-minute window into the life he's missing. Don't, Raymond says quietly after the officer passes. Don't do this to yourself. Do what? Live in those 15 minutes. That's how you break. You can't survive 12 years if you're living for 1 phone call per week. You'll destroy yourself waiting. Marcus wipes his eyes. So what do? You let the routine absorb it. Tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m., you wake up. You count. You eat. You fold towels. You walk laps. The routine protects you from the pain. It's not cruel. it's mercy. Marcus looks at the clock. 8:14 p.m. In 8 hours and 16 minutes, the alarm will sound. The routine will begin again. He needs that routine now. Needs its predictability. Needs its numbness. 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Recreation hour in the day room. The TV plays the same channel it always plays. Some sitcom rerun. The same inmates sit in the same chairs. The card game in the corner has been running for 6 years, Raymond mentions. Same 4 players when they're not in lockdown. Marcus sits in an empty chair. Raymond sits beside him with his book. Apparently, he reads it twice on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 8:30 to 9:30. The sitcom plays. Canned laughter fills the room. Nobody watches, really. It's just background noise. Familiar. Routine. Marcus watches a young inmate, couldn't be more than 21, pacing near the window. Back and forth. Back and forth. Agitated. Fighting something. New arrival, Raymond notes. Day 6. He's in the fighting stage. The young inmate suddenly punches the wall. Guards appear instantly. He's escorted out, yelling, struggling. Solitary, Raymond says calmly. 3 to 5 days. When he comes back, he'll either be broken or he'll have learned to surrender. The sitcom continues. The card game continues. Everyone else doesn't even react. This is routine too. New inmates fighting. Guards responding. Life continuing. Marcus feels nothing. Is that acceptance or is that breaking? He can't tell anymore. 9:30 p.m. Shower time. 5 minutes. Cold water. Same stall Raymond uses every night. Third from the left. Marcus has learned to shower efficiently. Wet. Soap. Rinse. For minutes and 30 seconds. 30 seconds to dry and dress. The water is never warm. It's April. It will be cold. In July, it will still be cold. In December, it will be colder. But it's routine. Expected. No surprises. Marcus notices he's breathing in rhythm with the water hitting his skin. In for 4 counts. Out for 4 counts. Raymond taught him this yesterday. Controls your nervous system, he'd said. Keeps you calm. In the stall beside him, an inmate hums the same song he apparently hums every night. Raymond knows all the words now, heard them thousands of times. 5 minutes pass. The water shuts off automatically. Everyone dries simultaneously. Files back to cells simultaneously. Marcus's skin is clean, but he feels nothing. Not refreshed. Not renewed. Just clean. Same as yesterday. Same as tomorrow. The routine has stripped even this basic human act of any meaning beyond the mechanical. 10 p.m. The cell doors slide shut with that familiar grinding sound. Final count. The 4th of the day. Marcus stands at the bars. The officer passes. 2. The lights dim to nighttime levels. Never full darkness, just perpetual twilight. Can't have darkness in prison. Too many things happen in darkness. Marcus climbs onto his bunk. Raymond is already in position, lying on his back, hands folded on his chest, eyes open. You don't sleep yet? Marcus asks. Not until 11. I think for 1 hour. Process the day. Same thoughts mostly. But it's my hour. Marcus understands this now. The tiny pockets of personal routine within the prison routine. Raymond's thinking hour. Wilson's bench time. The chess player's silent game. These micro-routines are how they maintain identity. The prison controls the macro, wake time, eat time, work time. But the micro belongs to them. What do you think about? Marcus asks. My sister's letters, even though she doesn't write back. My mother. She passed 6 years ago. My case. I'm innocent, always have been, but I stopped fighting it 5 years ago. I think about the beach. I grew up near the beach. I imagine walking on it. Same walk every night. Same sunset. Same feeling of sand on my feet. He pauses. The routine in my head mirrors the routine in here. It's all I know now. When I get out in 3 years, the outside world is going to feel like chaos. Marcus stares at the ceiling. 17 cracks. He's starting to name them. Day 2. 4:30 a.m. The alarm sounds. But this time, Marcus is already awake. He woke at 4:27 a.m., his body learning the routine even in sleep. Raymond sits up with the same motion as yesterday. Day 2, he says. This is when it really starts. Same cell door grinding. Same count. Same cold floor. But Marcus notices something different. He's not shocked by the cold anymore. His body anticipated it. He put on his socks before stepping down. Learning. Adapting. Surrendering. Stand for count, Raymond says unnecessarily. Marcus is already standing. The officer passes. 2. And Marcus realizes with sudden clarity. He didn't think about his daughter yet this morning. Usually she's his first thought. But the routine woke him, and the routine directed his actions. And there was no space for thought. Is that survival or is that dying? He doesn't know. But he also doesn't know if it matters. The whistle blows. Time to march to breakfast. Marcus's feet move automatically, following the path they learned yesterday. 24 hours down. 4,356 days to go. 5:15 a.m. The breakfast march. Marcus doesn't shuffle today. He walks with purpose. Knows exactly where to step. Knows the man in front of him will pause for half a second at the third doorway. He always does. Some old injury makes him limp. And Marcus adjusts his pace to compensate. Same eggs. Same bread. Same milk. But Marcus doesn't taste anymore. Just eats. Fuel. Same table. Same seat. But today he notices things he didn't yesterday. The man 3 tables over always separates his eggs from his bread. Never lets them touch. The guard by the north wall always checks his watch at 5:27 a.m. The fluorescent light above table 6 flickers in a pattern. 3 quick, 1 long, 3 quick. Morse code for SOS. Probably coincidence. Maybe not. These observations are part of his routine now. Notice. Catalog. Remember. Raymond watches him. You're learning the music of it. The music. The rhythm. The pattern. The underlying beat that makes this place work. Most men never hear it. They just endure the noise. You're hearing the music. The whistle blows. 5:45 a.m. Marcus stands with everyone else. Perfect synchronization. 6:30 a.m. The laundry. Towel number 1. Marcus doesn't count out loud anymore. The number just appears in his mind. Fold. Stack. Torres is beside him, folding with the same mechanical precision. But today, Marcus matches his rhythm. Fold for fold. Stack for stack. They become a machine. 2 parts of the same mechanism. You've accepted it, Torres observes around 9 a.m., 3 hours into the shift. Accepted what? The routine. Yesterday, you were fighting. Counting because you were trying to maintain your outside mind. Today you're counting because it's part of the rhythm. Towel 412. Marcus realizes Torres is right. Yesterday, every towel was an act of resistance, a way to prove his mind still worked, still calculated, still existed independently. Today, every towel is an act of meditation. The counting isn't fighting. It's flowing. Is this what you meant about armor? Marcus asks. Yeah. You're inside it now. The routine is protecting you from thinking about those 12 years ahead. You're just here. Just now. Just this towel. Towel 413. 414. 415. The hours pass. Not quickly. Not slowly. Just pass. At 2:30 p.m., Marcus has folded 1,251 towels. For more than yesterday. His efficiency is improving. But he's also stopped feeling his back pain. Stopped noticing the heat. Stopped being present in his body. He's becoming routine. 10 a.m. The yard. Marcus walks with Raymond. But today he's not counting laps. He's just walking. Left foot. Right foot. Breathe. Lap 15. The sun hits his face. He closes his eyes for 3 seconds. Opens them. Continues. Lap 23. Wilson is on his bench. Marcus nods. Wilson nods back. A micro-routine within the routine. Lap 31. Marcus realizes he's smiling slightly. Not happiness. Just peace. You feel it, don't you? Raymond says. What? The freedom in the routine. Sounds like a contradiction, but it's not. When you're not fighting the schedule, not resisting the pattern, your mind is actually free. You're not using mental energy to rebel. You're just existing. Lap 38. Marcus understands now. The routine isn't the prison. The fighting is the prison. Lap 45. He sees the young inmate from the day room, back from solitary. The kid is walking the track too. Slowly. Carefully. Learning. Lap 50. Complete. Raymond stops at their starting point. Same time tomorrow? It's not really a question. They'll both be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the next day. And the next. But Marcus says, yeah, same time. Because acknowledging the routine is now different than resisting it. The whistle blows. Yard time ending. Everyone files inside. Marcus goes willingly. The routine calls, and he answers. 10 p.m. Day 2. Hour 48. The cell doors grind shut. Final count. Lights dim. Marcus lies on his bunk. Raymond is in his thinking hour position. Hands folded. Eyes open. Marcus stares at the 17 cracks in the ceiling. He's named them now. The big one near the light is Sarah, after his daughter. The crooked one in the corner is Raymond. The cluster of 3 near the vent is past, present, future. He has his micro-routine now. Raymond, Marcus says quietly. Yeah. Thank you for teaching me how to survive this. You taught yourself. I just showed you what it looks like. Marcus thinks about the past 48 hours. The initial shock. The resistance. The grief. The acceptance. The integration. He's not the same person who walked into general population 2 days ago. That Marcus thought he'd fight the routine every day for 12 years. That Marcus thought maintaining his outside identity was strength. This Marcus understands that survival requires transformation. The routine isn't the enemy. It's the life raft. Do you think we lose ourselves in here? Marcus asks. Or find a different version of ourselves? Raymond considers this. Both. You lose who you were. But if you're careful, if you maintain those micro-routines, you build someone new. Someone who can survive this. And maybe, when you get out, you can integrate both versions. The before and the after. Does that happen? I don't know. I'll tell you in 3 years when I get out. Outside, San Quentin settles into its nighttime rhythm. 5,000 men in 5,000 cells, all following the same routine. All surviving, all breaking, all becoming. 1 year inside San Quentin. Marcus sits during free time, 3 to 4 p.m., his personal hour, writing in a journal. This is his micro-routine, his bench, his book. He writes. 365 days. 1,460 counts. 4,380 breakfast marches. 87,600 laps. 313,155 towels, folded. The routine didn't break me, but it changed me. I'm not who I was. I'll never be who I was. The outside world thinks prison is the cage. But the cage is just iron. The real prison is fighting the routine. The real freedom is accepting it. Every day at 4:30 a.m., I wake up. Not because an alarm tells me to, but because my body knows. Every day I fold towels, walk laps, eat the same food, see the same faces. And somewhere in that repetition, I found peace. Not happiness, not joy, but peace. The routine is a rhythm, like a heartbeat, like breathing. You can fight your heartbeat, hold your breath, but eventually you have to surrender to the body's rhythm or die. Prison is the same. In 11 years, I'll walk out of here. And the world will expect me to be grateful for freedom, for choices, for variety. But I'm terrified, because I don't know how to live without the routine anymore. I don't know who I am without the 4:30 a.m. wake up, the towels, the laps, the counts. The routine didn't break me. It saved me. But it also transformed me into something that can't survive outside these walls. That's the truth they don't tell you about prison. You don't just serve time. Time serves you. Marcus closes the journal. 4 p.m. He stands. The evening routine calls. And he answers. Because that's all he knows now. This is the reality of prison life that most people never understand. For more true crime stories that reveal what really happens inside, hit subscribe and check out our next video on death row routines. Thank you for watching.